So we'll see whether I can make this work. No, clearly not. Hello everybody, welcome to Chaz Draycott Media and welcome to another episode of Circuit Superstars. And once again you find us coming to a special event in this game, a World Championship, the very first time that I've entered a World Championship of any kind. It's been once again organised by Crymsun, so thank you very much to her and for putting this all together for loads of us to be racing as ghosts here in what is known as the Ghost Rally World Championship. There's going to be, I think, 8 or 9 of us here in the EU region as part of this. It's all split up into different lobbies, basically. We're just going to be doing 2 races over 2 different nights, and, well, it's just going to be you against the clock, but also there are other drivers on circuit to sort of distract you. I'm not sure if we'll actually be sort of seeing each other on the circuit as such, but still, we've been given the lobby code, we're all going to jump in, and there should be a good few people that are quicker than me, as there always is, to be honest with you, but you've seen it before that it's unpredictable on this. I'm just excited to be playing the game again, to be honest with you, because it's always a long time between these episodes on Circuit Superstars, so we'll see what we can make of it, shall we? Let's jump in. And, well, already, straight off the bat, Player M's there. Let's not forget he won Flight Club last time we were in a special event. Bottle of Scotch is there as well, the owner of BOS Racing Team. So, definitely going to have my backside kicked here. Timmers is in there as well. So, suddenly my chances in my head have gone out the window. We're on the Tilksport and Interstate circuits tonight. I did some practice on them earlier. I'm not confident at all for Interstate. Tilksport was alright. It was pretty decent, but yeah, the interstate circuit has got some horrible sections. You've got to think about pit strategies as well. As you'll see down here, we've got 160% tyre wear. The fuel consumption's not really an issue. The tyres are dead long before the fuel becomes an issue in any way. At Tilksport, it's 20 laps of both. I think Tilksport, it was pit every 5 laps, so we'll get 3 stops there, and then interstate it's every 4 laps because the tarmac section there just absolutely shreds the tyres to bits. We'll have to just see whether we can make it work and see whether we can actually see the other drivers on the circuit, which sounds really daft, but I'm not sure if we're going to be invisible to each other or whether you'll see the ghosts. So if at least I can get an idea of what lines people are taking, or if anyone's quicker than me, then, you know, I can hopefully pick up on that and improve from there. Everybody's readying up now though, and should be jumping in just a sec. Should also mention that we're in the Vost Rallycross car as well. It's a car with a lot of power, very small wheelbase, rotates very easily, but the problem with it over rotating is on the power. If you get on the power well too hard, well too early, it's just going to completely go around on you. The revs are going to spike and then you're going to lose all your momentum. It's definitely a momentum car, and from what I've learned driving it earlier, you've just got to always, even when you're on the brakes, you've always got to have like half throttle on just to keep the forward momentum on all 4 wheels, because it's 4-wheel drive of course, so you need to make it work everywhere by just having a little bit of throttle on. There's even more players actually still joining, to be fair. They said that the latest cut-off is 8:05 local time, so we've got Toby in there as well now, and I think, who was the other one that joined? Was it Zhao Pistolau? And I think we start at Tilksport, hence the fact that it's above Interstate, but I'm not sure I'm confident for either of them at this point based on who's in here, for God's sake. Here we go then, the countdown has begun. And we're going to be qualifying just once as well, so we only do qualifying at Tilksport. I think we only get 1 lap for it as well. So then the second race at Interstate is based on the finishing order from race 1. There is the Vost. Lovely looking little thing. Really excited to be driving this again though. It's not really a car that I've seen used a massive amount on Circuit Superstars. But here we are on a mixture of different surfaces, which is what makes this circuit so tough. The change comes halfway around a corner towards the end of the lap. Typically it's put me second out of everyone. Oh no, it's not. There's a few in front there, isn't there? So it's this sweeping right that's difficult. It's good that we can at least see the other drivers, because I was worried that I'd be sitting here driving around on my own all night and just telling you about the times, and that it'd be really boring. But at least you get to see a visual representation of the difference in speed between them and me as they all drive away from me inevitably. First couple of corners are difficult because of the momentum shift there. You've got to worry about them tyres on the inside. Not scrape along the wall like that, because that's not going to help anybody. But you can see then from the car in front, you've got to be really careful when you're on the throttle. You can't just slam the throttle down on corner exit, because the car will just over-rotate. Only 1 lap quali as well. We've definitely qualified faster than this guy. I've probably got my angry concentration face on at the minute. Across the line then. What is it? That was Chotu that we were racing against. 28.5. It's not bad. Toby's gone quicker. I think I did a 27.6 or something in practice earlier, so not perfect. 5th place with just Timmers to cross the line. Timmers goes 9th, so 5th fastest. Not bad. But the real task of this race is going to be just keeping it consistent, because it's not down to track position or where anybody else is. It's just keeping an eye on your own ghosts and making sure that your laps are consistent. There's a point for pole position as well, actually, for player M. They are going to do a bit of compensation with the start times as well, because obviously everyone's going to start on a grid and they're going to be further back from each other if you qualify lower down. They are having a bit of a compensation thing in place, basically. That means that if you are starting at the back of the grid, it starts counting at the same time as the person at the front. So it adds all your lap times together, and they need to compensate the fact that you've got that extra distance. Look at the ranks. There's so many superstar ranks, then there's just me, little gold 2 in the middle, looking absolutely awful. Let's crack on then. So 20 laps, as I've said, we're going to be doing a stop every 5 laps. And typically, and annoyingly, I've lost control of vibration as this has started and it's completely thrown me off. Normally you can feel when the car's sort of oversteering or wheel spinning because it vibrates like mad, but I can't feel it. That is not ideal. I wonder why it's done that. You can see it's a bit of mayhem behind, but that's what it's always like when there's no other contact anywhere. Those tyres are so important on the inside of there. God, who's that at the front, man? Bottle of Scotch is absolutely flying. I need to not watch the times and worry about it. I just need to be consistent. Timmers is flying through as well, actually. Look, he's caught up with us and already overtaken. Again, I knew Timmers was going to be quick, though, so I'm not quite sure what happened with his qualifying time. You won't be able to see the tyres at the moment, but we've got 67 and 86 fuel, so nothing to worry about in terms of the fuel, like I said. Tyres are going to be the aim of the game here to manage. End of lap 3, down to 6th, but to be fair, with Timmers being the only one that's overtaken us at the moment, I'm happy with that. I think we'll be aiming for a podium here based on what we've got, but if I'm not as quick as these lot here at Tilk Sport, then it's not going to be any better at Interstate. Nobody pitting yet by the look of it, so no one's come in early. I think everyone's going to do the same thing and split it up on the same amount of laps. We'll have to find out, won't we? Oh God, got away with that. It's the same car and the same circuit, but everyone's driving it so differently. Right, no one else is pitting yet, and I am. Ugh. I'm not sure if that fills me with confidence or not. Have I f***ed up? Let's find out. One way or another. I suppose it's good to have a bit of clear circuit though. Even though there is no contact with the other cars in this, it's the fact that you could still get distracted by them being there, so we'll have to see how this pans out. But we're going for 3 stops, and instead of focusing, I'm just driving into walls. Anyone else pitting? There's a few, and by a few I mean 1. Who is it? Stoney's in, so we're already ahead of him. The thinking is that if you get on fresh tyres again sooner, because of how quickly they wear out, you're instantly back on circuit with fresh rubber while they're all still languishing around, so I'm not quite sure how it can work and get them gain enough from not pitting, basically. Car around there, is that Chotu? I think it is. More pit stops. Stoney's still in the pits, actually. Nearly a lap later. Oh, Stoney's gone. Stoney's disconnected. We're gaining places here, though. Not sure if any of these have done a full fuel run. I imagine Player M and Bottle of Scotch would have done. They would have definitely figured out the strategy, but it's working at the minute. And we've overtaken them on the road as well, which is important. Jeremy's sat in the pits. We're ahead of him now. I've gone all hot at the idea of this actually working all of a sudden, but we'll see. I feel like I'm really under pressure now. Let's not forget, away from the EU region, there is also the American regions as well, and Asia and Pacific regions to be done. So even if you come away as the winner of this, it's not the winner overall. There could have been somebody that did the whole thing quicker in a different region. Right, we're on lap 10, so we're going to pit at the end of this lap. Tyres are on 37 at this stage. Oh, a little bit too much throttle through there. Oh, Chotu's pitting as well. I thought Chotu had just been in the pits. Second stop. There's plenty more of them in the pits as well. Oh no, overshot it a little bit. Interestingly, I think Bottle of Scotch just came in too, so maybe he sort of put the extra stop out of sync. Let's find out. But now we're on fresh rubber, matched with Chotu. See what the pace is like. Hopefully can be some sort of distraction to Chotu right now. Had a great race with Chotu actually in the Flight Club event that I mentioned earlier. Loads of fun. Oh, that's a penalty marker. Oh no. No, 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 no. I hate those tyres, man. The amount of times I went over them and did that in practice as well, telling myself, don't do that in the race, and here we are. He's done it. Oh, and again. Usually if you just turn that little bit after that jump, it sort of slingshots the car into the corner. And that time it just overdid it massively. Okay, we've got a bit of clear air, but it's not really what we want considering we were fighting Chotu a second ago. Not quite sure what strategy the leaders are on or how they're making it work, but Player M is still right up there. Oh, there's the opposite effect of Going like that over the jump puts you completely off balance on the way into the corner. You can hear the throttle still. It's just having that tiny bit of throttle in just to keep the car balanced mid-corner to carry the momentum. Right, player M is in the pits. And that is lap 14 that he's in the pits as well. So that says to me that he's doing 7 laps each time. Because obviously, if they had 3 stints of that, then they would pit on lap 21, which is when the tyres would have gone properly off. But no, there is no lap 21, so they don't have to worry about that. Zhao has just posted in the Discord saying, I don't know what's wrong with this game. He's actually sat on the infield, apparently. Yeah, he's on the infield there by the trees. What's he doing? End of lap 15, into the pits we go. I don't feel like this strategy has worked. We needed to extend this more. Might have to reconsider for what we do at Interstate in a minute. Final stint then. Down to 8th. However, will some of those ahead have to pit again? There's nobody sort of directly in the vicinity though. Oh, I might have myself over here. Thinking that I was a big, clever boy. Clearly not. But look at the pace difference as well on the way into that corner and even on the way out. Based on the rubber. And that's the thing, this is a car that's really dependent on it as well. It has to be on decent tyres for it to behave itself. But yeah, you can see the difference, look. The difference in the potential down the straight there just by getting a good run. I got away with that, didn't I? Someone else in the pits, it's Zhao. He's actually come back round and gone in the pits now. I got excited then thinking it was someone important that was ahead. No disrespect, Zhao. It's clear that the strategy is key here. And by key, I mean the opposite to what I'm doing. We're catching Chotu a little bit here. I don't know if we'll have enough in the final lap to get ahead of him. Definitely catching. Almost had the momentum on Chotu there, but just going to miss out on 6th. Started 5th down to 7th. That is not ideal. I was hoping that I could have done more with the strategy on that, but oh well. Is what it is. Player M takes the win. Tim has actually moved all the way up to 2nd in the end. What are the differences like? Flipping out, the 3 of them were within a second, and then there's a massive gap back, so clearly there was some strategy to do there, and those 3 had it absolutely nailed. And the worst thing was, is everyone ahead of me only lost 1 place because of Timmers going through the order, and I lost 2, for crying out loud. Okay, so Interstate, different kettle of fish. Hate that middle section there, really can never get it right. There's a big rock on the inside, and the amount of times I've smacked into it, it's embarrassing. Okay, here we go then. We were going to go every 4 laps, so I'm going to try and extend that. Because it's clear that whatever strategy I've got in my head isn't going to work. Oh, that was a big accident there. It's this rock here that I hate. Yeah, that one. It's not easy to not shred the tyres at this place. But I practiced this final bit a lot, so we'll see whether I can make this work. No, clearly not. Well, we're in the lead, but for how long? Because them lot are going to come rattling past any minute. Careful of clipping the gravel on the outside of there. Is that bottle of scotch already? It is. Jesus Christ, man. How? Just how? I mean, I said this when we went up on the ICSTC, the World Championship, against some of these boys before. It's just mental, the pace that some of them have got. The consistency as well. That's what I don't get, is how they can so consistently be as quick as they are in a game where it's so easy to make a mistake. We're just going to match them. I said earlier that I'm not going to match their strategy and their sort of output. I mean, it could not do that. You know, I think if we're going to have any chance of at least doing a decent overall time, it needs to be reacting to whatever they're doing, strategy-wise. Oh, unlucky. That was Jeremy smacking the wall. And again, you've got to be so careful through there. Well, we're already down to 5th, which is more points than before, but we are in no worries. I can't even English. We are not threatening a podium, is what I was trying to say. Right, normally I'd be pitting at the end of lap 4. Tyres are on 46, and we're about 46 miles wide of the apex. And there's a bit of a difference in terms of getting on the throttle on the gravel there, but it just, I don't know, it just never seems to work, and especially around that bit, just can't get the power down. Don't get me wrong, it's great fun trying to chase this, but it's just not working out. Right, lap 5. Are we going for 3 stops? What do you reckon? I mean, I know you can't answer me right now because you're watching this God knows how many weeks after, but I don't know if we do 5 or 6. Tyres are on 26, and in looking at that, I've hit the wall, so we'll just come in this time. Do 3 stops like we did at Tilt Sport. Try and minimalise the time on absolutely 0 useful tyres. Cones everywhere. Not pleased with the pace at the minute. Let's hope these lot can redeem it. It's an interesting pit exit as well, actually. I noticed when I was racing against the AI that they really cut that corner. Some of them even hit the tyres when they go exuberant enough with it. Oh, Christ. I told you this was not going to be the one at Interstate. Not at all. There's actually quite the gap in the pack now as well. Wondering what the tyre situation is with the cars in front. There's a lot of smoke coming from them, which tells me that they are knackered tyres. Oh, that's a big bit of contact, son. Look at the momentum there. That was good. Why can't I do that every lap? Okay, bottle of scotch is in. Again, after 7 laps. How is he making the tyres? Well, I suppose he's not making the tyres last that long, but it's an endurance racing idea of being as stationary in the pits for as little time as possible. Wonder if we go to 14 laps now. Once again, find ourselves matched up against Chotu. That's bottle of scotch coming through there, actually. Look at the speed difference on that rubber. I mean, he's faster than me anyway, but when you factor in the difference in the tyre life, oh no! Bollocks. And the fact that there's a massive skill difference. Yeah, there's definitely a benefit to holding the throttle half down on corner exit just to smooth out the exit. That seemed to work there against Chotu. Either that or again there's a tyre life difference. We're on 35, going on to lap 10. Not sure I can go all the way to 14 laps. Well, to be fair, I haven't done that anyway. I was going to pit every 4 laps here. Let's go for 5 laps. It's starting to wheel spin like mad now, even on half throttle, so clearly with that not working, the plan has crumbled. We'll come in. It's hard, this. Very hard, this. Chotu in as well, actually. Who's that in front? That's Zompar. And there's the tyre life difference. Look. Just see, as soon as the car hits the ground, it's just completely gripped up and it just carries so much momentum. It's the thing, if I can put some consistent laps in here, we might be alright, but it's just not coming together. Well, that felt like a really good lap. I concentrated there and didn't speak. And yeah, it was 0.3 of a second quicker. Shows me that I should really shut up, doesn't it? Bottle of scotch is back in the pits from the lead then, and again, end of lap 13, so he knows. Ugh, I need to stop paying attention to what they're doing and just get on with it. I was going to say that he knows now that he's got enough to make it to the end of the race on the next set of tyres, although it's a 7-lap stint and then a 6-lap from him, so clearly he knows that. Yeah, I'm just going to not talk. Usually pride myself on the fact that I can do this and talk at the same time, but it has been made very clear that I shouldn't. Okay, on to lap 15. This is going to be our last pit stop of the race. And we're in a lot of clear air, actually. The 2 cars ahead are Jeremy and Player M. I also said before that even if you win this on the night in this region, you're not champion. Even if you win it in the night, on this night, overall, you're still not champion, because we've got another event, actually, next Saturday night. So there will be a sort of second run-through of this, a second episode as such. And hopefully it goes better than this one. I think next time out we're at the Lagoons circuit, and I think it's called Bullseye or something like that. There's a rallycross track at Bullseye, which is quite good fun. Again, not one that I'm any good at, but we'll we'll give it a go. I was supposed to pit at the end of that lap, but I was too busy talking. We'll pit now, stuff it. We'll just have a little spree towards the end. Red hot. This is dead hard work. Fuel isn't an issue, so you just need to wait for the tyres to be done and crack on. There's Chotu on clapped out tyres again, so we've got fresh rubber and should be able to get away. Yeah, we've opened up a decent gap now over Chotu, so that's fine. Just need to maintain it now. There's nobody anywhere near us in front, though. They are all miles away. I suppose it's just down to pace on absolutely shattered tyres. You've got to be able to manage the car no matter what condition it's all in. Someone in the Discord's just said, I assume I arrived too late. It's 1:30 now, son. It's nearly over. Yes. Yes is the answer. Yeah. Okay, one more lap then for the first night. And it's hardly gone to plan. I mean, to be fair, still midfield, so at least we're not last. I thought I was going to be right down at the back, but the strategy has been alright. I think some people might have just turned up and expected to just do it on pace and not have to pit and gain enough time from not pitting. Oh god, let's not hit walls now, Chaz, come on. Timmers has already crossed the line, a lap ahead of Iggy Arva. Bottle of scotch is second. Toby's going to take third by the look of it. Well, that was mighty hard work flipping out. There's still another night to go in a week's time, but eesh. 6th place, behind Player M, Jeremy and Toby as well. Crymsun's just said in Discord, describe your race with a GIF. I'm not quite sure which one I'm going to go for. I'm happy with the fact that we're not last. Gained a place as well from where we started in that one, but That's going to round out this episode, though. Obviously, like I say, we're going to go again in a week's time, see what we can put in then with 2 different circuits, and hopefully get ourselves, I think I'm going to aim for top 5 in the championship. We'll see what we can make and see what we can make of it as well. But thank you very much for watching. Hope you enjoyed the episode, and I'll see you in the next one.